Happy Friday. Yay. Kind of a dark day today. Had to hit the light on because it's been raining. Uh, the first 6 weeks, 7 weeks, maybe 2 months of me having the hands dry, bone dry, not a drop of rain. And in the past 2 or 3 weeks, we have rain almost every day. Welcome to Florida weather. So I'm not complaining. I like the rain. It cools things down and it keeps things clean. I get a free car wash daily, so it's a good thing. Hello, John Valenzuela. Good morning. Okay, let's see. Lots of things to talk about today, but the most glaring issue that was not on my mind until yesterday. Sure, I had planned to talk about other things about the market in general, but the big news yesterday was, of course, a big Wall Street firm, Blackstone. Okay, a big Wall Street firm. Blackstone bought a majority stake in collectible company, the parent of CGC. For those that don't know, CGC is one division of a much bigger company. The company that is a parent of CGC Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. The computer froze and I had to reboot the computer. So hopefully you can see me again. Sorry about that. It took 4 minutes for the computer to reboot and all that stuff. Yeah, I have had a lot of issues. I have an Apple Mac and I downloaded the new operating system um, 2 weeks ago. And my God, it crashed daily, sometimes multiple times a day. So I need to figure out what the heck is going on because it happened easily a few times a day. Okay, ridiculous, but it crashed and now I'm back. So hopefully you can see me. Anyhow, back to the key topic about the big news yesterday. CGC. Well, let me get back to the story. CGC was started when the big parents company was in New Jersey. I'm not sure when they start the collectible company where they were grading coins and other things, but comic book was not the first thing. Okay, comic book came after. In fact, I think comic book came, like the third or fourth part of that company, and then that company moved to Sarasota in 2000, I think, something like that. So as far as CGC itself, the parents company has sold a majority stake. By majority stake, you can only guess that it at least 51% is now belong to a bunch of different people. And I put a link below to an article on Bleeding Cool. If you haven't seen it, it talked about Jay-Z along with other people a part of the group that bought the majority of the parents company of CGC. Okay, so let me give you a little bit about Blackstone. Blackstone is a fairly big firm. It has like 300, on top of my head, I think it has somewhere near 350 billion of assets under management. Don't mistake that with BlackRock. Okay, I like BlackRock more than Blackstone. I have traded both companies. Both companies are public company. Okay, at least one person yesterday, emailed me and say, "Oh, Nick, does that mean that CGC is gonna be IPO?" No such thing. Okay. For those that don't know, CGC is probably one of the smaller division of the big parents company, because I talked about this many times. Grading comic books is the least, let me repeat that so that you don't get confused. CGC is probably the least profitable division of that company. Okay. Why? It takes a lot more manpower to grade a comic book. Can you imagine grading a coin? Okay, think about it. Grading a coin takes seconds. Okay, not flipping through 30 wraps and all kind of stuff with counting the page, all that kind of stuff. Okay, it takes it takes 10 times longer to grade a comic book compared to a coin. It takes 10 times longer to grade a comic book compared to a Pokemon card. I can tell you the new division, the Pokemon, the sport card, I bet you they are crushing the numbers compared to CGC. Man Cave Chronicles said Blackstone is blocking you. That's all right. They don't need me and I don't need them. But as far as a firm, it's a big firm. And for everybody that hate Wall Street, because you know how people are, a lot of hypocrites. I hate Wall Street, but oh no, but now Wall Street is buying CGC, so woohoo to the hobby, more money infused into the yeah. You know there's people out there. You know you hypocrites out there. But yes, um, now in hindsight, was it a surprise that CGC raised price, give less discount to fatten the bottom line to please the new owner? I guess not, right? Like I said, sure, it's hindsight. Call it greed, call it whatever you want it, but yeah, when Wall Street comes, it is always about greed. Okay, so if you hate greed, you're gonna hate this even more because Wall Street is all about greed. If you thought CGC was greedy before, you haven't seen nothing yet. Blackstone buying CCCC arbitrage. I don't know what that means. Morning, John Lung. Morning, Coco Cuckoo. Morning, Jacob Bonowski and Dr. Doom. So, welcome, morning to Dance with Comics as well. You know, does this news impact my view of the hobby or how I view CGC? Not one bit. Okay, not one bit. It's a nothing burger for me. I don't care. Wall Street has bought many businesses. Wall Street has overpaid. Oh, for those that didn't know, I don't care to read because that's how people are, lazy. You know how me, I like to call out all kind of people on Friday. I'm not shy to blast everybody because a lot of people are lazy. This deal is worth a couple $100 million. Okay, as far as how much money is infused into CGC, and the owner of CGC is still there. Okay, this happened a lot. If you're not familiar with how many businesses, especially Wall Street, when they acquire a firm, when they acquire a business, often they're not gonna kick out the previous owner right away. Okay, there's usually all kind of clauses. You got to stay on for a couple of years. You can't compete. You can't start a new company to compete with us. Blah 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 blah. You know, it's all kind of things. So I'm not surprised, and I don't. You know, I'm not surprised that the two founders of the parent company of CGC still keep a stake. You know, in the company. Why not? You know, I'm sure they bank hundreds of millions. They become instant 100 millionaires. And so it is, they don't do much anything. Come on. You think the two owners of CGC work hard? I've seen their car. I have seen them. When I used to drop off the books and pick up the books at CGC, I've seen the owner and their Maserati. Well, one of them own a Maserati that I park next to when I used to drop off things at CGC. So, and I had seen him walk around the area of, you know, by me a few times. So I recognize his face. I knew who he was. There is zero chance, okay, let me repeat this. There is zero chance of CGC opening anything else anywhere else. This has been a topic that has been brought up a million times in the past 20 years. Are they going to open West Coast? Are they going to open Canada? Are they going to open? No, they will not. They will not. Absolutely not. Why? They can't even hire people here. They can't even hire enough people here to handle the business. What makes you think they want to open anywhere else? Ain't gonna happen. This has been something that had been asked, discussed, this debate for 20 years. They not. Never. Okay, never. one of the biggest problems with grading is what? Control, quality control. They have a hard time quality control right now. The last thing CCC care is people saying, oh, submit to the West Coast because the graders out there are shittier. You think they care to do that? Eh. Well, like I said, I would love to be proven wrong. Okay, when it comes down to, I would be love to be proven wrong, but I have heard this question. People debate about this. Nah, ain't gonna happen. Now there's not much for me to talk about as far as BlackRock buying CGC. I don't think because the few people that contact me talk about IPO this and that. I'm like, why would BlackRock buy company for cash flow? That's what Wall Street firms do. Okay, they buy company that they see have good cash flow, good profit margin. The bottom line is how well CGC do will reflect well in Blackstone bottom line. They are already a public company. So if you look at Blackstone, okay, for those that really care to do some homework, look at Blackstone, look at their quarterly report, look at how much earning they do, and you see how little, let me repeat the third time, how little CGC is on the grand scheme of things. Okay, it's not like, oh my God, buying CGC is a game changer for Blackstone because the company has $350 billion of assets. You think spending a couple $100 million in CGC is gonna somehow change the outlook of what the rest of the world think about Blackstone? Okay, so understand math. The failure to understand simple math is gonna be the death of a lot of people. Artificial intelligent grading ain't gonna happen either. Oh, trust me, I have been approached by many people to write software, to grade books and this and that, and I'm just like, ain't gonna happen. I have been approached for the past decade. Ain't gonna happen. Okay, many people have tried. There's just too many nuances with grading that can it ever happen? Maybe not in my lifetime, but then again, I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't have a problem stating my opinion and be wrong. I just don't live in fantasy world. Okay, I understand how tough grading is. I understand how much nuance there is in many things, and it's a very difficult thing for low grade, mid grades. Can artificial intelligence work for high grade? Yeah, it's easy. That's very easy, I think. But when it comes down to this hobby and low and mid grade stuff, it's just way too much problems to go. Is artificial intelligence going to be smart enough to open a book and flip through? Is there going to be a robot sitting there going one page at a time? Think about that. Okay, it's always easy to throw out things, and then you look at is grading a comic books for $25 worth building a robot like Tesla do, put together a car? Come on, it ain't gonna happen. Like I said, live in reality. If you want AI to grade your comic books, plan to fork out a lot more money than $25 or whatever it is they charge for grading. It's expensive. Okay, it's not, AI is not cheap. It's cheap eventually in the long run if you are building a Tesla or something, But when it comes, let me put it this way: if Apple rely on cheap manual labor in China to put together an iPhone, I think there is more need for Apple to figure out a way to have AI do all of that labor intensive work for an iPhone that they can charge for $1,000 before anybody give a shizzle about a comic book. Okay, trust me, this hobby is shits for a lot of things. Okay, it's not as important on a grand scheme of things for a lot of people. It means shits. It's for some people it means the whole is everything. Oh my God, comic books! You know, how can you destroy comic book? Oh. One person asked me a funny question yesterday, like, what a the person is not a big fan of slapping, and he or she asked, people that slap books, what are they preserving for? Who are they preserving for? I mean, it's kind of a, you know, of course, you know, the argument is like, you can't read the book. And I had to push back on that comment. First of all, I told him or her, whoever that person was, I'm like, first of all, once again, a lot of books are bought and never read. So this whole argument against slabbing because you can't read is just stop it. Just effing stop it. It's just complete, utter nonsense to keep that simple point over and over again. You can't read. A lot of people that bought books in the 70s and 80s and 90s bought it for speculation, investment reason, and they didn't read it back then either. Okay? Stop it with the reading. And reading it. It aggravates me when I see that. And of course this person say, well, what are these people preserving the book for the next generation, for the next owner, right? Because if you drop the books when it's raw and damage the book, well, guess what? You lessen the value. It's so myopic in views of people. It's just like they just they just can't unthink what they hate. Okay, they just like I hate slabbing and I just can't. You know, it's just like, whew. This channel is not for non-thinker. The cost is prohibitive. The benefit is definitely prohibitive. Okay. On a grand scheme of things, these are comic books. It's nothing important. Okay, it's nothing. Let's get it real. It's nothing important. Jeezy, crazy, yeah. I'm the opposite of many people. I like to buy raw because I like to handle things with my fingers and hand. I like the smell of the comic books. Okay, but do I read? Hell no. Hell no. Okay, it's just like it's. I'm beyond the point of reading this stuff. Okay, so you know, when you have people like, oh, you know, I like to buy slab and read things online. I'm like, I collect raw and I don't read. There you go. See, you see how this hobby is? It's all kind of people. When are people going to accept the fact? If you don't accept that fact that there's other people that collect that play in this space that do things differently than you are, then you are in the wrong place, because there is you are you. That's it. Okay, stop trying to impose, project what you want this hobby to be. You nobody. I'm nobody. I do what I want, and that's it. I'm not here to tell people to do anything. It's mind blowing to have to deal with this kind of like myopic view of just like, I just can't do this. You know, it's just like it's and you know, social media is a big part of the problem, because it magnified the issues. Okay, because for those that hate slabbing, it's easy. Just ignore many channels. If you hate slabbing and you can't stand it, well, your best thing to do is, first of all, don't sub to me. I don't understand why people would sub to me and then whining and complaining about slabbing. I can't read this. You ruined the hobby. Blah 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 blah. Just leave. Just go. You know. Just move along. You know. Go find your own little cliques, your own little circles, and do whatever you do whatever you want to do to make yourself feel better. You know. Life is way too short to be aggravated by me. Okay, that's my honest advice is, if I aggravate you, don't watch me. Okay, it's that simple. Heck, I don't watch a lot of YouTubers because many people on YouTube in this community aggravate me. I don't sub, I don't watch. End of story. I don't need to discuss what I don't like about them, all that stuff. It's just move on. Good morning, all about comics. I agree, Roderick Kingsley. I have looked at some 9.8 slab. I can't believe what passed as a 9.8. For sure, I have seen some pretty bad 9.8. I have seen bad. I have seen slabs in all grades that I disagree with. Okay, even 0.5. Okay, if you watch my channel, you hear me complain about this all the time. I'm not a fan of CBCS, CGCC. I don't think either company is perfect in any way. I disagree with many grades on many books from both companies. That was the beginning of me stop buying slab for myself, because I used to buy a lot of slab in 2008, 2009. And after a while, I'm just like, oh my God, I disagree with so many books that I bought, so many. And I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I'd rather buy a book, a raw book, get a better price. At the same time, I buy a book that I agree with what I think the grade is in my mind. I'm fine with that. I don't need somebody to put a number on it. I prefer my book to be raw. Okay, so it's not, I understand the market prefer somebody to put an arbitrary number on it, because then they trust that party, the third party thing. And I get it. I get the third party thing. And a lot of time I don't agree with the grade, a lot. Okay, a lot. I wouldn't say majority of time. I just say a lot of time. It get to a point where I can go to my comic shop because they have beautiful clear scan, and in 5 minutes pick out a bunch of slab that they're selling and say that that's grossly overgrade. Okay, it's horrific. Forget about 9.8. I see 9.6 that shouldn't even be anywhere near 9.2. Now, as far as 9.8 with a minor, tiny little one spine tick, I'm okay with that. Okay, let me defend the grading company. And this is because of their problem. The problem with CGC and CBCS is they overly strict on 10. I just said that. They're overly strict on 10. 10 is perfect. There's many 9.8 books that you cannot find anything wrong with it. But CGC control, they try to control the 10. Okay, because 9.8 is what? 9.8 is not perfect. Okay, 9.8 is not perfect. That's why, for some reason, this hobby has been brainwashed into 9.8 is perfection. There shouldn't be any visible flaw. No, it's 9.8. That's why it's not a 10. That's where the problem is. CGC has put a cap on what they think 10, how many 10 they're gonna issue, and because of that, it makes a lot of books that is 9.8 look not supposed to be 9.8, because people can look at a 9.8 that's flawless and say, see, that's a 9.8. It's flawless. This one had one tiny tick. It shouldn't be a 9.8. That's what a 9.8 is. One tiny flaw, one tiny visible flaw can be a 9.8. It's their own doing. Both CGC and CBCS, the way they are too strict with 10 especially on modern books, where so many books are made near perfection already. It's just like, come on, it's ridiculous. Ivan Rose, Rose. Good morning, Thomas Churchill. PSA recently purchased golden auction. Do you expect CGC to purchase an auction house down the road? Not really. Well, it's not CGC. It's Blackstone. Okay, CGC is not buying anybody anymore. Okay, the idea of CGC buying anybody, I'm just gonna assume that you misspoke, miswritten. Can they? Sure. If Blackstone see, that's what Wall Street is all about. Okay, Wall Street is all about money and profit. Okay, so if Blackstone see a need to buy Heritage or Comic Link or another auction house because they see good cash flow, good profit margin, they will try to acquire. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I do think though, for me, okay, for somebody that follow Wall Street for a long time, one of the things that Wall Street is often is not the right word, but there have been many situations where Wall Street firm has bought into a business at the top. Okay, it's the owner of the business tend to be the smartest people. Okay, let me repeat that. The owner of a successful business tend to be the smartest people. They know the business for decades. They see the trend, they understand. And so for me, it's more of a warning shot than woohoo, Wall Street is buying into collectible. To me, it's more of a warning shot that the dudes at CGC is cashing out because they see this as the top of the market because it is stupid. It is stupid. When 50,000 books that were just published 4 months ago is being submitted, yeah, that's stupid. Okay, there's a lot of waste there. There's a lot of bubblicious nonsense there, and the Wall Street guys that are buying into the firm, they don't know anything about this hobby. They just look at numbers. Oh, submission double. Wow, impressive growth. My God, this company is just showing. That's how Wall Street people overestimate the intelligence of Wall Street people. Okay, they're greedy. Don't overestimate the intelligence. I left that group. Okay, there's a reason why I left that. A lot of stupid people work there. Holy cow. Some of my most frustrating years working was in investment firm. Goodness gracious. There's nothing worse than arrogant, stupid people that make a lot of money. Ugh, cringy. So for me, it could be a warning shot that we are at the top. Hey, at first we have people collecting baseball card, Pokemon card, jumping into the hobby, telling people buy this and that because, if you don't know anything, would I jump into the Pokemon Magic the Gathering card and tell people what to do? Yeah. No, I won't. Okay. A lot of people think I'm arrogant, but trust me, when I see dudes that have no knowledge of this hobby telling people what to buy as far as comic books, woo! Yeah. Warning. And then now Wall Street is jumping into the bandwagon. Warning number 2. Okay, so trust me, I'm not in the camp to say that, woohoo, this is good. You know what I will be doing? Keep selling. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Keep selling. This is not the time to be thinking that the future is so bright. There's people that comment on my videos that think that, you know, we are in some kind of huge movement, you know, that can go even much higher. We can't even see 3 months ahead. Why are we even worried about something that can be 3 years? Or, you know, to me, I have a very short-term vision. Do I see a crash right now? No. Do I see a plateau softening in some books? Absolutely. Tune in for the Sunday, June market report. Okay, I will do my Sunday, this Sunday, July 4th market report. But it's definitely a softness on some books, right? I'm sure the banter in the last week is, you know, that giant size X-Men 1 9.8 that went for 42,000 compared to another copy on Heritage that went for 30,000 higher just a week earlier. Okay, so I talk about the inefficiency of the market. Okay, so this hobby has a, you know, the wide swing had to do with the inefficiency of this market, as well as potentially the top, because some people may be saying, I'm not buying, I'm getting scared, I'm worried. Okay, so I don't know. Like I said, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into the psychology of somebody that want to buy something. That's why, you know, I'm always trying to remind people that if you're not in the market, okay, if you don't have 40 grand, 50 grand, 70 grand around to buy a book, it's hard for you to even comment that the book is undervalued. I hear this all the time. Oh, this book is undervalued, but I don't have two nickels to rub together. Really? Have you seen me make a lot of videos on my channel about something is undervalued? I use the word underrated as far as coolness, neatness of a book, but do not mistake that with something is undervalued. I don't put any value on something in the future and claim you know, other people on YouTube can claim something is undervalued, buy it now before it go up. You see that here. You see that here. No, I buy things on the cheap now, sell things at fair market value now, to cash out, to make the profit now. It is a now. This channel is about making profit now, not about buying something. Let's wait 5 years down the road and see what happened. Hell no. Hell no. Okay, so that is not my philosophy. You know, I wish it's more clearer to everybody about what I do in this hobby. It's not about buying something for investment. I couldn't give a damn. Couldn't give a damn. I am with you. In fact, I refuse. I refuse to watch any video that tout the next few best thing to buy now before it. I refuse. Refuse. You know, I don't mind watching YouTube channels that talk about what's happening now. I enjoyed that because it's neat to see how it's funny to see how crazy something can be now. I watch TiVo channel, Lord of the Long Box, all the time, every week, twice a week, 3 times a week. But make no mistake, I will not watch a YouTuber that tell me books I need to grab today. F you, okay? F you, okay? F that and F you, both of that, okay? Because I'm not watching any that nonsense. It's just, you know, it's not for me. If you enjoy that kind of content, it's a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger whatsoever. You know, it's a whole lot of me too. Let me jump into the fray to be popular. Let me talk about top 5 this to buy. Thomas, hello. When are we going to see that sweet X-Men Marvel drop, Nick? Haha. I don't know. you know, it's the the hobby is so hard to predict. Okay, it's so hard. I'm like the last person that would care to throw out like I mean, I do that just for fun. Like, you know, oh, you know, that Detective 27 going up for auction. Ah, it can be 1 million. Okay, I don't have a problem throwing out some wild ass guess on something like that. But when it comes down to like, oh, you know, where is giant size X-Men 1 is gonna be, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have no idea. You know, it's especially on like the high end book, like, you know, like a 9/8 copy that can be 40,000, 70,000. Would I pay $40,000 for a copy? No. Would I sell a copy for 70,000? Heck yes, if I have a copy. Okay, so it's just one of those things where um, that's the kind of person I am. I have zero attachment to the books. Let me repeat that one more time. Okay, I'm not one of these dudes that can't let go of anything. Okay, I'm not a hypocrite when it comes down to loving money. There's a lot of dudes out there that hate selling but love money. Well, I hope you have a good job. You know, it just it makes no sense to me. You know, there are dudes that can't sell anything, and then they struggle in life because they'd rather be struggling than to sell anything. There are people like that, okay, and it is what it is. You know, I don't understand the attachment to these things. At the same time, um, other people don't understand my unattachment to these things. Okay, so it is what it is. You know, we're all different. We're all built differently. I don't expect people to understand me, and I don't care. I don't care to understand other people. They can do whatever they want. Roderick Kingsley, the FOMO industrial complex. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of FOMO. You know, there's FOMO in everything. There's FOMO in everything. Okay, whether it's people buying a house, people buying, you know, so sure, some people buy a house because they want something to live in, but more people are rushing into buying a house because they're afraid it's going to be more expensive later. You know, the motivation of why people buy something is it usually have a lot of FOMO in them. Not for everybody. Some people are just content in buying a house so they have a place to live. But often people also include the FOMO in their decision making, and often that can lead to a lot of wrong time buying. You know, wrong time buying. FX evolution is coming right at the end. I already went way longer than I expected. Um, Tune in this Sunday for my market report. I have not looked at the results. Okay, outside of the giant size X-Men 1 that everybody talked about that went for 30,000 less than another copy a week earlier. And my sales, I have a bunch of sales, which I did a quick recap of my own books. Outside of those, I have not looked at the result of any other listings. So I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it fresh so that when I do the market report on Sunday, I'm genuinely surprised at the result. Okay, because I don't want to be clouded by, oh, I already seen it. You know, I don't fake well. Okay, what you see is the way I am. I rather be surprised, and whatever happen, whatever come out of my mouth is what it is, instead of like, oh my god, did you see that price? Oh my god, I already seen it. What is oh my god about? Oh yeah, you stuck with the real me. Okay, the real me is just this annoying guy. and it'd be fun. I would do this alone. Mark contact me that he's on vacation this week. He's away this week, so this is the first market report in 3 months that I am not doing it with Mark. So it's gonna be me doing solo. That's it. See you all Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. Happy for July 4th. I gotta figure out what to cook for July 4th to enjoy the holiday. Bye-bye.